Hello there and welcome. Today I'm going to be showing how to start a new integration between a Jira Service Management and a Zendesk using Exalate. For starters, you have to go to the exalate.app page where you're going to be able to register a new user and create a workspace. Once you're done with those steps, you're going to be greeted by this screen where we can already start creating the integration. So we're going to click on Add Connections, Create New Connections, and here we'll have a prompt for System A. So here we're going to be using the Zendesk, which has not yet registered on Exalate. So I'm going to create basically a name for it and then select the system URL. Here we have the prompt to select to authenticate against the issue tracker. So I'm going to need to provide my email and also an API token that was created from Zendesk. Click Check Authentication. So you can see we have the green tick, so that means that we can move on to System B. For the Jira, has already been integrated, register here, so we can just select from the dropdown, click on Next, and here we have the prompt for the connection name. So by default, Exalate, it's taking the System A to System B name. So, but if you need, you can also edit and add something else. Then we can click on Next. Here we have a quick overview of the steps for the new connection. What have we just done? So basically here we see that we are going to be synchronizing this Zendesk against this Jira Cloud, and the connection will be named like this. Everything's looking good, so we can create connection. And basically, Exalate here will be registering the nodes and creating the connection. We have all green ticks, meaning that we can move to the next step. Here we have a prompt to select a default space that where we want to synchronize on the Jira side. So we can search, in my case is going to be using JSM, but this project or space can later be changed on the scripts. Right, so let's now do a publish and quick sync. When we click publish and quick sync, Exalate will be generating some scripts by default to use on this connection. And we want to now start synchronizing this ticket from the Jira to the Zendesk. So I can look for it, then sync now. And as you can see on my Zendesk, I currently don't have any tickets here, but as soon as I refresh, we should get the new ticket created, which is basically an exact copy of what we have on this ticket on the Jira. And as we can see, we already are synchronizing by default comments. So for example, I just added a comment on the Jira ticket, and now this will be synchronized with using Exalate, and we'll have the ticket already, the comment already in this ticket. So let's go back and explore a little bit more about the scripting for this connection. So here you see I just opened, this is the current active version that we have. So at the moment we only have one script, which is the version 1 and is active. But we can already create a new version, meaning that we'll have version 2, which is a draft. And until we are ready to use it, it's basically Exalate will keep using the active version. Right, so here we have the outgoing script for Zendesk and the incoming script for Jira, meaning that in here, we are going to be defining what values we want to synchronize from one side to the other. So any field that it's on the outgoing will be synchronized against the remote issue tracker. So let's start doing some changes here. So I'm going to switch sides because I want to synchronize a custom field from the Jira to the Zendesk. So I'm going to create a new version here. I'm going to click on edit, and on the outgoing script, basically I'm going to create a new replica, which is going to be called test. And then we are going to be taking the value from a custom field in this Jira, which is called this exalated. And then we want this to be synchronized again, a custom field that I have already created on the Zendesk that it's called test field. So I can do that. Then value, don't worry about the value. This is something that you will find, like there's a lot of information already here in the connection, like how to synchronize custom fields, but also there is a lot of information on our documentation page where you can see how to synchronize custom field or status, all the fields that are available to synchronize with Exalate. So we already are here defining, we create a new replica, and then we are telling Exalate that the value from this field in Jira needs to be synchronized against the test field on the sender side. So let's save the script. Let's publish. And now we can basically go back to the Jira ticket and let's add a value here to the is Exalate field, which is here. So let's do hello world. Save. Now Exalate will start synchronizing basically any change on this field. It's going to be impacting the test field on this side. As you can see, we already have the value added here. And if we say goodbye, for example, this will also be updated every single time there's a change. It's also going to be replicating on this field on the Zendesk. So let's go back to the scripts. And now I want to show you how powerful scripting can be when we use Exalate. So for this use case, I'm going to be basically changing the incoming from the Jira. So let's open the latest draft. Let's click on edit. And for this, basically, I'm going to be using the AI. I want to show you that we can use normal human prompts to get scripting with Exalate. So let's say I want the summary in Jira to include the Zendesk ticket ID between brackets. Let's say. Well, between curly brackets. So I'm going to prompt this to our AI, which it's worth noticing that it can only access the active script that we are currently working. So it's not a tracker aware. It's not like the AI can access your Zendesk or your Jira. And basically, it will read whatever we have at the moment on this incoming script, and it will be suggesting change to here. So let's see here, it's removing the normal synchronization for summary, and it's proposing to add a new one that has between brackets the replica key. So everything looks good, so we can already insert changes. Right. Also, let's publish this, save, confirm. And now let's do an update from the Zendesk. And let's see how Exalate process now the update, right? So what we are expecting is to have a new comment and also for the summary to change and include between curly brackets the ticket ID from the Zendesk side. So let's click refresh. And as you can see here, we have already the new comment. And we also have the curly brackets with the ticket ID of Zendesk. So far, we have seen how to do some change in the script and how to start a manual synchronization. But let's say that we want any ticket created on Jira to be exhalated to the Zendesk without any human intervention, right? So what we can do is basically we open the connection again. We are now going to be working with the outgoing of Jira. So we can click on new version and we have this option here to set up a trigger. So in trigger, we have select that we want to synchronize issues in this case, and then we can use basically any JQL that Exalate will use to find tickets. So let's say that we want to synchronize any ticket under the project JSM, and that has the label Sync Now, right? So we're gonna have Sync Now 3, and we can already click Activate Trigger, Save Triggers. Here we have a message that at the moment there are 0 tickets matching this condition, but we publish this. And now if we go back to Jira and let's create a new ticket on JSM, a task, it says show trigger working, and we create a ticket. Perfect. So let's open the ticket. And now, as you can see, we still have just one ticket here, but now I'm going to add the label Sync Now 3. And I'm going to do a comment here. You don't need to do a comment, just want to show the synchronization working. So now Exalate should have already picked up the ticket, and we can come here, basically refresh. And as you can see now, we have this new ticket created by the trigger. And it will basically be following all the conditions that we have here. So for example, if we also add Exalate here, from JSM, this will also be affecting every new ticket created. So we can come here and give it a moment, and here we have the test field. Right, that was it. Thank you for watching.